Right, so next what I'm going to do is use the leather cleaner to clean the surface of the leather, because as you can appreciate, over years, years of abuse, care products, sweat, whatever, it becomes embedded into the pores of the leather. So what I do is I want to clean that out, because if you don't and you go to the prepping stage, you're going to end up pushing it back into the leather, and it makes it go can make it go quite boardy and stiff. So we're going to take that out. And what I do for that is go down to Mitre 10. You can buy sheets of these. They're made by Norton. And what I do is I just cut them up into small squares about that size, and that's what I use. It's a fine scouring pad. So what I'll do now is I'll show you exactly what I do next. Actually, I better grab some paper towels. Right, so here we are, roll of paper towels. So all I do now is I just grab a panel at a time and spray the leather cleaner directly onto that panel. And this type of leather is very, very porous. It's not so bad on the back here, but you can see it's darkening up and it's sucking it in straight away. That's not a problem. So all I do is give it a scour. You see it's gone very, very damp. There's virtually no liquid on there now, which is fine. And then to mop it up, just spray a wee bit more cleaner on there and just go over it again. So what I'm doing is I'm paying attention to get into all these cracks and crevices as well. And also a good point to remember is always change your paper towel. Just keep chucking them away, because the last thing you want to be doing is using the same paper towel and then spreading it around your whole job. So that's pretty much all I do. In fact, I'll do another panel. Actually, it's very, very, very porous, this leather. Grab another sheet, and then we'll just spray the leather cleaner on there again and just mop it up. You'll probably notice too that depending on the kind of leather that you have, it's taking some of the finish out, and that's fine, so don't be worried about that. What we're really trying to do here is to get all that contamination out of the pores and off the surface of the leather, which is exactly what we're doing here now. So you saw how porous that is. Those two panels are quite damp now. This one here, which obviously hasn't had the wear and tear that this side has had, if I do the same process on here, you can see it's not soaking into anywhere near the same degree. And most leathers are actually like this anyway. But if you do come across one that's very, very porous, that's how I deal with that. So, but this is more like standard leather. As far as porosity goes, and I'm just mopping it up. So there you go. So what I do now what I'm going to do is do the whole couch, and then one of the important things to remember is let it dry naturally. Like, don't use heat, don't put it in the sunlight, because if you do, you run the risk of the leather going or shrinking and going stiff. So that's not a good look. So, all right, we'll go on to the next step.